Here's a 1,600-word YouTube article script about the 2026 Honda Prelude, written in an engaging and informative style without any headings. It's finally here. After years of speculation, teaser images, and electric concept showcases, Honda has officially reintroduced one of its most iconic nameplates, the Prelude. The 2026 Honda Prelude is more than just a revival, it's a strategic statement, blending the nostalgia of classic Japanese sports coupes with the demands of modern electrification. But what makes the new Prelude so exciting isn't just its return, it's how Honda has reimagined it for a whole new era of driving. From the first glance, the 2026 Prelude makes a bold impression. The styling is unmistakably Honda, sharp lines, balanced proportions, and a coupe silhouette that's both sporty and elegant. It's sleek without trying too hard, with a low, wide stance that echoes its performance roots. Unlike some retro revivals that rely heavily on past design cues, this new Prelude pushes forward, borrowing subtly from the past but boldly stepping into the future. The front fascia is dominated by a clean, aerodynamic grille design, framed by slim LED headlights that give the car a piercing, almost focused expression. The hood is sculpted, flowing naturally into a roofline that gently slopes into a muscular rear, where LED taillights span the width of the car in a single seamless strip. Every detail feels purposeful. Underneath that design lies an all-new hybrid electric powertrain. That's right, the 2026 Prelude isn't fully electric, but it's not sticking to a traditional combustion engine either. Honda has chosen a dual-motor hybrid setup that promises to deliver both efficiency and excitement. While official performance numbers are still under wraps, early indicators suggest a combined output somewhere around 300 horsepower, sending power to the front wheels through a refined ECV system. Some purists might lament the absence of a manual transmission or rear-wheel drive, but Honda's decision makes sense. The target audience for the Prelude is changing. This car isn't just for the die-hard tuner crowd anymore, it's for a new generation of enthusiasts who care about style, technology, and sustainability. And speaking of technology, the Prelude is packed with it. The interior feels like a futuristic cockpit, but it maintains the driver-focused ethos that made the original so beloved. The digital instrument cluster is crisp, with customizable layouts that can switch from minimalist to full performance mode. A large central touchscreen houses Honda's latest infotainment system, with seamless integration for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Voice controls, over-the-air updates, and wireless device charging all come standard. But what truly sets it apart is how Honda has integrated its hybrid system into the driving experience. There's a dedicated performance display that shows how energy flows between the battery, motors, and wheels, something that appeals to both the tech-savvy and the performance-curious. Driving the new Prelude feels like reconnecting with an old friend, one who's been hitting the gym and taking tech classes. It's smooth, responsive, and surprisingly quick off the line, thanks to the instant torque from the electric motor. The chassis is tuned for agility, with a suspension setup that balances comfort and cornering grip. Whether you're cruising along the coast or carving through a mountain pass, the Prelude feels planted and poised. The steering is precise, with just the right amount of weight, and the regenerative braking system is one of the best tuned we've experienced, offering smooth transitions that never feel jarring. Even more impressive is the selectable drive modes, allowing you to switch between eco, comfort, sport, and a customizable individual mode that tailors throttle response, suspension firmness, and steering feel. Honda has also focused heavily on safety and driver assistance. The 2026 Prelude comes standard with the latest Honda Sensing Suite, which includes adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, traffic sign recognition, and collision mitigation braking. These systems work together in harmony, making daily driving more relaxed and long trips less fatiguing. There's also an available 360-degree camera system, blind spot monitoring, and a new augmented reality navigation display that overlays turn-by-turn directions right onto the windshield, a feature borrowed from much more expensive vehicles. While performance and technology take center stage, Honda hasn't forgotten about practicality. The Prelude's cabin offers comfortable seating for 2 adults up front and a pair of occasional use rear seats, perfect for kids or short trips with friends. The trunk space is surprisingly generous for a coupe, and the battery pack has been cleverly integrated to avoid eating into cargo capacity. Materials throughout the cabin feel upscale, with soft touch surfaces, contrast stitching, and ambient lighting that gives the interior a warm, premium vibe. One of the most impressive things about the new Prelude is how it manages to honor the spirit of its predecessors while still feeling entirely modern. Fans of the original models, especially the 4th and 5th generations from the 90s, will appreciate the nods to classic Prelude DNA. The low seating position, the emphasis on handling, the coupe form factor, it's all here. But Honda has wisely avoided turning this into a nostalgia trip. Instead, they've created something that can stand on its own, even for drivers who've never heard the name Prelude before. And let's talk price. While official figures haven't been confirmed yet, Honda has hinted that the Prelude will start in the low $40,000 range. That puts it squarely in competition with vehicles like the Toyota GR86, the Subaru BRZ, and even some trims of the Mustang and Camaro. But with its hybrid tech, premium interior, and Honda's reputation for reliability, the Prelude could carve out a unique niche. It won't just appeal to performance enthusiasts, but also to those looking for a stylish, eco-conscious alternative to the typical sports coupe. Beyond the car itself, the return of the Prelude represents something bigger for Honda. It signals a renewed commitment to building fun, engaging vehicles in a time when many automakers are shifting focus purely to crossovers and Fs. It shows that there's still room for excitement, still room for passion projects, even in a world of regulations, emissions targets, and autonomous driving. The Prelude is a reminder that cars can still make your heart race, even if they do it a little differently than before. Of course, the big question is, what's next? Is the Prelude a one-off, or is it the beginning of a new chapter in Honda's performance lineup? Could this be the first in a wave of electrified sports cars? Might we see a Prelude Type S, or even a full F variant down the line? While Honda remains tight-lipped, the buzz surrounding this release suggests there's a lot more coming. For now, though, the Prelude is a welcome return, a stylish, spirited coupe that captures the magic of driving in a way that feels both familiar and refreshingly new. For anyone who's been waiting for Honda to bring back the joy, the answer is finally here. The 2026 Prelude doesn't just live up to the legacy, it redefines it. It's the kind of car that makes you want to take the long way home, just to feel that connection between car and driver again. And in a world that's rapidly changing, that feeling is more valuable than ever. So, whether you're a longtime Prelude fan, a curious newcomer, or just someone who appreciates thoughtful automotive design, the 2026 Honda Prelude deserves your attention. It's not trying to be everything to everyone. It's not chasing horsepower records or lap times. What it is doing, and doing remarkably well, is reminding us why we fell in love with cars in the first place. That sense of style, control, and emotion that's hard to define but easy to recognize when you feel it. The Prelude is back, and it's better than ever.